everyone to our 40th anniversary celebration. So many lovely faces in the audience. Nice to see some old timers back again. Makes me feel less old.
Yeah, I think one of my best memories is from last Christmas from our Christmas hamper program, where donors pay to sort of fund Christmas gifts for clients that might need some extra help. And so I had the privilege of delivering a car full of presents for a single mother with 4 children.
We have the yearly AGM, and we have client testimonials. Like clients come and they share kind of a little bit about their personal struggles and how their Touchstone counselor or worker has helped them over the years.
It's a sort of like a conglomerate memory of people that came to Touchstone, and through their commitment and through not just commitment to Touchstone, but commitment to child welfare was what made the experience and what made the memory so special.
Happened on the first day. I had a senior client. I was very nervous, and he didn't end up coming in the second session. So kind of gives me a better motivation to be the counselor that I am here today.
Remember, I'm the first Chinese clinical counselor And actually this year is my 25th anniversary.
Watching all the families here, all the employees' families grow, and kids and pets, and just, yeah, growing together.
Is I think it's a process of building memories over the years. For example, I remember after the COVID, when we came together in person as a group, it was very heartwarming. I felt we survived a pandemic, and we were like a team, and we worked really hard to keep our doors open for our clients.
My first one would be when I was very first hired at Touchstone. I was actually working at another community agency in Richmond, and was kind of a bit at a low point, I'll say, just prior to the holidays in 2003, where I was displaced from my apartment due to a flood, lost all my personal possessions, and then I decided in my infinite wisdom that I would up and quit a job. So I had never quit anything before, so that was my first sort of quitting of a job. So in a panic, I showed up at Touchstone because I knew Dave and Judy already, and kind of pretty much begged them for a job. At that point, what they offered me was a 6-month backfill for a paternity position, and I'm grateful to say that that was 19 years ago now. And my second favorite memory is when I was actually the successful candidate of the what was then called the day program adolescent program coordinator. At that point, there was a staff of 2, and I'm also grateful to say that those 2 people are still a part of the Reset Youth team. So those are my 2 favorite memories.
Ashwin and I used to run the social skills group for many, many, many years. And before that, when we first started to work with one another, he didn't like me very much. And, you know, I don't know, I guess I was kind of like, I don't like him very much either. And that's really because we didn't know each other, and just like a good family, we came to love each other. One of the best parts of when we ran the social skills group together was we would sometimes talk about to these children who are learning about making and keeping friends, we didn't like each other very much at the beginning, and they're like, that's impossible. And we're like, no, it's really true. And now we've learned to be really good friends. So Ashwin's one of my best friends, actually.
It's a place that really lives up to its name. You know, both Dara and I have gone through difficult times while working here, and Touchstone has really lived up to the family part in Touchstone Family Association and given us the time we needed to be with our families, to do some healing, and then come back stronger than ever. So we're very grateful to have had the opportunity to have worked here.
I'd say my favorite memories is probably doing summer rec with all the youth that don't get a chance to do a lot of recreation activities.
The fact that our team grows every year little by little, and soon we'll have a big team to compete with FPNR. Fingers crossed.
Touchstone truly fills a significant gap in the community to provide a service that not just impacts the individual but their family, and then has larger implications for the community in such a positive manner. So it has been truly humbling to see the great work that such a small team can do with such limited resources but have such wonderful impact.
We hear stories from clients, and in those moments I realized just how much of an impact Touchstone has had. I saw the impact from the restorative justice program. I see the impact with the front porch program. It's had so much, it's so much a part of the Richmond community.
I think supporting families to stay together and or reunify is one of the big impacts.
It's creativity in meeting the demands of the work was the reason it lasted so long, and has lasted so long, and probably will last for another 40 years.
I have a very fond memory of my daughter at 3 years old walking up the front steps of Francis House, and that was very fun for me. It was lovely to have her be part of that, and now she works at Francis House at 24.
I also have a kid that's now that was my key kid at Francis House and is now gonna do her practicum there.
or that's the goal anyway, and so it's really cool to have stayed in contact long enough that she's graduating and made it.
Over the years, I've seen the incredible impact we've made for individuals and families, strengthening our community.
I think the biggest impact we've had is making connections with the youth. We've had so many youth go through our program, and almost every one of them always checks in with us. They always call back, stop by, and just tell us how they're doing. And in fact, I've had the opportunity to hire a few kids back to work here as part-time staff, which is really, really awesome. And I think the next thing I have is another youth coming in to be a practicum student who's now a full-time college student. So those are the good stories and impact I think Touchstone has had in their lives.
My background is multicultural, and I wanted to bring those values to the organization.
Well, really it was Michael McCoy, and it was the Restorative Justice Program. And really, you wouldn't think that Michael McCoy would bring me anywhere, but he did. And with the Restorative Justice Program, because I was on the other side of it, I was in the RCMP at that time, and that was when I first learned about Touchstone and worked with Touchstone.
I really appreciate all the support that I get from the team members, and knowing that there's somebody there to rely on when you're coming off a hard case or in the middle of a hard case. I also appreciate the leadership here and how much the mentorship has meant to me, and through working here for 17 years, I think I've really grown and come into myself, and I owe a lot of that to Touchstone. Happy.
Thanks to Touchstone, at a very young age I got to be able to build a career that I'm very proud of, because they gave me an opportunity to learn and grow.
I love to work with my population, I can speak the languages, and I love what I do. So I think that there will be many years to come. Thank you.
Because I'm surrounded by people who care about children, family, and youth.
Was the Restorative Justice Program, which I was involved in when I was a manager in the city of Richmond. Meeting with the executive director at the time and getting involved with it. Seeing what Touchstone was like as an organization, how professional they are, how welcoming, how non-judgmental, everybody feels welcome, and how well managed and how well run Touchstone is.
I remember when I came here for interview, I wear my shorts. I'm so embarrassed, but Touchstone chose me. That's why I'm here.
That we can have so many more open access programs for people who need help or want help, and they can just pick up the phone and call.
I'm hoping Touchstone can find a private funder with a huge donation so we can continue to support our families and youth in the community.
Well, I think in fairness, another 40 years would be lovely. I think there's some of us that obviously won't be here for those whole 40 years. But in thinking about this question, really what it brought me back to is like a gift that Judy actually kindly gave me for my 50th birthday. So I just would like to read you a greeting card that she gave me at that point. Judy and I both love dogs, so hence the funny dog picture. But I thought in fairness I would just read it out to you. From a few years ago. It says, Carol, happy 50th. As one of my favorite staff and manager, I wasn't supposed to read that part, sorry. I thought of a great gift in the spirit of this milestone birthday. I know I always tease you about being a Saskatchewan Rough Rider fan, but my true confession is I'm actually a Rider fan too. And to prove it to you, consider this my written commitment that on my last week of work before retiring, I will wear Rider gear every week and I will kiss the flag. So I am ready for you, Jude.
Happy 40th anniversary, Touchstone!
祝贺电视40岁，生日快乐！Happy 40th anniversary, Touchstone!